Let's bring in Florida Congressman
Yes.
Randy Fine. Congressman, thank you so much for being here. Maddie gave us a lot of information, a lot of what we heard come out of that interview with Ron Klain. Have you heard anything more from your colleagues who actually conducted the interview of Klain besides what has been reported?
I haven't, other than their fact that someone wasn't willing to take the fifth. He answered questions. And look, he should, because he probably was the president for the last couple of years, so he knows what's going on. This is the biggest political scandal in American history, and I'm glad my colleagues are getting to the bottom of it.
Okay, so looking ahead, we have August 21st, Ian Sams, September 5th, Andrew Bates, Karine Jean-Pierre, Jeff Zients as well, all scheduled to appear before GOP investigators, the House Oversight Committee. Who is the person who you think could be the most enlightening out of those who have yet to speak?
Well, I don't think we know, and that's why we have to talk to everybody, because the question is, who was running the auto pen? Because it seems like the auto pen was actually the president, and who was making those decisions to sign all these things. What's most frustrating about this is we could all see with our eyes that what was going on, and we got told we were gaslighting, and we were making things up, and these were digitally altered videos. And so now Democrats have to be held accountable for the fact that they lied to us for all of these years.
What do you make of the theory that basically investigators are getting Klain to flip in order to get, I don't know, those individuals who took the fifth on the hook? I heard somebody basically compare it to a mafioso-style investigation yesterday on our air. I'm curious what you think about that analogy.
Well, look, when you take the fifth, you're not going to go to jail, but you're admitting that you did something criminal. You can't take the fifth if you didn't do anything wrong. You can't incriminate yourself. So we know with certainty that illegal activity took place in the Biden administration. Now the question is, can we prove it, and will people go to jail? That's my hope.
Yeah, so where is this going, and what are the stakes here? And what do you think the most plausible ultimate outcome will be?
Well, I think we gather all the information. We use our power to subpoena people, to ask questions, as we're doing, and then we make that criminal referral, and hopefully the Trump administration will put the right people in jail.
Could you see the former First Lady being called in to testify?
She certainly could. Look, I said when I was running for office, I thought she engaged in elder abuse. I mean, Joe Biden was clearly unfit to be president, and her pushing him out was just a terrible, terrible thing.
Before we move off this topic, what do you make of, I like to refer to her as the Forrest Gump of Democrat politics for the last 30 years, Hillary Clinton being brought up, basically going to Klain and saying, there's something wrong with this guy. I don't think he should run. I think he's politically compromised. What do you make of that?
Well, she should know. I mean, we had those issues as well. And we've learned by some of the stuff that Tulsi Gabbard's come out with that she may have been physically compromised when she was running for president. So this seems to be a habit with their candidates. And the good thing we know is Donald Trump takes more questions like in a day than Joe Biden took in 4 years. And you can see the big difference right now.
Okay, so we have a brand new Fox News poll. The question is, which party has a clear plan for dealing with problems facing the country? 33% said the Democratic Party. 43% said the Republican Party. So it's a bit good news, bad news for you and your colleagues, because Republicans are 10 points higher, but still underwater. What's your reaction to that? And what is the Republican plan for dealing with the problems facing this country?
Well, I'm surprised they got 33% because they don't seem to have any plan at all. Look, you can see what our plan was in the one big beautiful bill. It's tax cuts for regular people, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and then making sure that we're spending money on the things that matter, like border security. President Trump's got a clear vision for the country. We've been focused in Congress on implementing it and making sure we take that into the midterms next year.
But Congressman, when I look at those numbers, something jumps out at me, and it's this perception is reality situation. I heard what you just said, totally understand what you're saying. But if the people don't feel like Republicans or Democrats obviously have a plan, then that is concerning. And this is one of the number one things that I hear from people out in public who really aren't into politics. They're like, both parties, they don't have a plan. They don't know what they're doing. How do Republicans take that concern and then message it differently going forward?
Well, we have that obligation right now. We've just started our district work period in August, and we need to talk about the extraordinary wins that President Trump has had over the last 6 months, whether it's tariffs, trade deals, the foreign policy, the one big beautiful bill, which is the most transformative piece of legislation in decades. The fact that we passed the first rescissions bill to cut NPR and PBS and all this crazy foreign aid. We have to talk about what we're doing. And by talking about what we've done, it shows that we're prepared to take more steps in the future. And I'm confident that my colleagues and I will get that word out this month.
So the August recess won't really be a recess.
It really isn't. It's not like when I was 6 years old and you got to go play on the jungle gym.
Yeah,
no. I'm
right.
actually going to be doing 100 events.
Yeah, no monkey bars for you when you go back down to Florida. Congressman Fine, thank you so much for joining us.
Great to have you here.
Great to have you. Absolutely, yes. That's